1 in 5 young women will be victims of sexual assault while in college, but at Oklahoma State, 1 is too many. The average Greek house at OSU spends about 9 hours a week and $10,000 on homecoming. All of that time and money just so the decks can be thrown in here. The trash, just days after completing them. Both major universities in Oklahoma have had it happen over the last 13 months. Racially insensitive photos being released over social media. DeAndre Smith says the thieves took away his livelihood and left him with a broken truck and some of their tools. Tonight, he's searching for answers as to who did this. Oklahoma State Parking has issued 165 handicap parking permits, and there are 358 handicap spots on campus. Worrying about medical expenses can be stressful, and battling cancer is tough enough as it is. A local Stillwater business, District Bicycles, found a way to gather together and raise money for former employee Kurt Dykes. Despite the health risks involved with indoor tanning beds, college students are flooding into local tanning salons in preparation for spring break. That is this week's O State Report. Thank you again for joining us. I'm Braylee McCoy. Just days after State Question 788 passed, TCC released these guidelines prohibiting the use of medical marijuana on campus. Students had a lot to say about the issue.
I think that's an important discussion because if it's turning out that this is just going to be a better option for people, then it should be allowed. They should have access to it medically, especially if we're having such a high opioid crisis and so much with addiction rate.
Cody Hankins, an occupational therapy student at TCC, believes that there should be some exceptions.
But what if a person was getting chemotherapy for breast cancer and they decided they wanted to complete a college program, and one of the medications for their treatment would be medical marijuana? Under the current rules, it sounds like they wouldn't be allowed to attend any of those programs.
Another student, Natasha Ontko, says that this is a good policy for the time being.
I mean, it makes sense. It is a federal law still, so it is a federally funded school. They have to follow the laws.
Harriet Dudley, the Dean for Student Judicial Affairs and Wellness at TCC, says that these guidelines are in the best interest of students.
And our thought is always we want students to feel safe, to be safe, in order to be able to learn and develop at our institution.
The college plans to adapt these guidelines with changes in legislation.
That's why we're continuous improvement. We respond to what is happening at the local level, the state level, and the federal level. So as things happen and things change, we will respond and we will react.
The recent blackface incident in Norman has caused an uproar on social media. In the past, OSU has had its own issues with racism. While these racist actions are disturbing, OSU sorority member Jasmine Brown says some good can come from these situations.
Everyone makes mistakes, and because of the incident that did happen a couple years ago, we've been able to grow from it as a great community and make sure that it doesn't happen again.
But Brown believes there are some things that OSU Greek life could do better.
I feel because Panhellenic is very exclusive with what we do. We only do things with each other. And we could do things with MPHC, which is the more African American side of sororities.
However, Oklahoma State offers resources to prevent discrimination and help victims who have dealt with it.
Our job is to investigate all kinds of different things, whether it be a Title IX violations, charges of harassment, discrimination, reasonable accommodations, things along those lines.
Lacey says the Office of Equal Opportunity takes charges of discrimination very seriously and serves to make OSU a welcoming environment for everyone.
We love getting out and about on campus. We love talking to different groups. Most importantly, we enjoy helping, which is why we're here in the first place.
Their website offers customized programs for students facing any type of discrimination or harassment.
Importantly is we have a passion for serving OSU, and we want to make sure that no matter what your status is, alumni, staff, student, when you're on campus, that you feel safe, and most importantly that if you do come across a situation where you're not treated with respect and dignity, our office will do everything in our power to help you out.
1 in 5 young women will be victims of sexual assault while in college, but at Oklahoma State, 1 is too many. The 1 is Too Many campaign at OSU provides resources for victims of sexual assault on campus.
Really just working on the concept that 1 is too many, that even just having 1 victim of sexual assault or domestic violence here on campus is too much, and that we should be finding ways, however possible, to reduce those numbers.
Victims can find relief with one anonymous phone call to the sexual assault hotline.
So it's just a phone number that you can call or text. We also have an email that's advocate@okstate.edu that people can email, and we check that regularly. So if you want a little bit more confidentiality of like emailing from your Yahoo or something, so you don't have to ever give us your name, it can be completely anonymous. We're all really just here to help.
Sexual assault advocate Arissa Baxter says the number of sexual assault cases are higher than normal on college campuses.
Often people who are not able to consent are unable to consent because they're drunk or high or in some other way inebriated. And so it's just sort of a mixture of different sort of situations that makes it so that it is difficult to get consent on college campuses. And so there is a larger number than your average, population.
Baxter wants students to know that they are not alone.
What's most important to me is students know that they have a lot of support here on campus, that there are a lot of people out here who really care and will be there for them and support them if they need that help.
The OSU victim advocates can be reached at 405-564-2129. For the O State Report, I'm Braylee McCoy.